Guys, and welcome to another episode of my NBA What If and slash Can We Turn This Team into a Championship Within 3 Years series. We are back at it for year three. I've been doing this sim now, and in this episode, per the title, we are going to be covering the Philadelphia 76ers, which all right, which as of today have been eliminated in four. They were swept by the New York Knicks. Say what you will. I think the Sixers team may have a little bit overperformed than I would say people expected to. I think we're seeing the emergence of VJ Edgecombe. I think he was a great rookie selection that they made and looks to be a bona fide starter for Philly for many years to come. Little perplexed by some moves they made at the deadline, especially trading away Jerry McCain away to the Thunder. I thought that was a little bit of an odd trade for them to make. I understand why they got rid of him because they felt that they were already good at shooting guard. But I mean, I don't know. It just seems like he still had high potential. And I don't think made total sense to move on from him. But this is the roster we got right now. Tyrese Maxey, future point guard for this team, 25 overall or 25 years old, 94 overall is insane. VJ Edgecombe only 20 years old, 83 overall. He's only going to get better, I think. Kelly Oubre, another great vet on this team. Paul George seemed to be coming into his own. And then, of course, Joel Embiid, the former MVP. So this team has some great players. I'm just a little bit unsure. Um, yeah, it's just the fact that they got the 7 seed. I thought maybe they would have performed a little bit better there, but yeah, I just don't know what it's going to look like down the road with this team. But for the sake of this, we're going to sim ahead here, make sure we force them to the Knicks, and then also as of doing this video, we know the result of this game four, which ended up being a Timberwolves win. All right, so we'll go ahead and sim the rest of the playoffs, which has the Spurs and Knicks meeting in the finals, with Knicks winning in four. And let's go to the off season here. Play retirements. So Kyle Lowry will hang it up. Yeah, just watching the Knicks game. Knicks Sixers game. They were talking about how Lowry is kind of maybe pointing toward retiring, which makes sense. He's accomplished a lot. I thought maybe we would have seen another, deep playoff run with him on some team at some point. Just because I feel like we never really saw one when he was with the Heat, and yeah, it just wait, am I tripping? He was with the Heat, right? I don't think out of line there. I feel like that was such a blur. Yeah, he was with the Heat. Um, yeah, just I mean they weren't as good I think now as when he was there. Or I think he kind of missed the boat, I should say a little bit in terms of the Heat years where they were making it deep. But yeah, I mean, would have liked him to see another deep run, but I know he's 40 years old. He was a late bloomer too, but yeah, enough good things to say that like I could talk about him forever. I think he's a great player, Hall of Famer for sure. But yeah, we'll sim ahead here to the lottery. Now, this is my biggest hang up with the lottery. So if, as I said earlier, we're doing this sim after we've done, or after we've seen the results of the Knicks Sixers game and the Wolves Spurs game. But earlier that day, the same day, was the draft lottery. But for some reason, 2K has the draft lottery occurring in the off season, which isn't technically true because it happens during the playoffs. So we already know the result of the lottery, um, which just kind of sucks that it's going to be a little different from what actually happened in real life because we know that the Wizards got the first overall pick. I think Jazz do have the second pick. I think Grizzlies have the third, and Bulls have four, and Clippers have five. So some of that is a little bit similar, but it's not going to be automatically the same in these sims that we do. So Nick Nurse, I guess we're retaining as head coach for now. I don't think he's the solution for this team, like for like most of the long term, but for the sake of the sim, we'll keep him on, I think, for at least another year, see how we do. Basically, I'm just going to judge it based on where I think this team should be. And frankly, I think we should be I'll say top 4 seed in the East is reasonable with the roster we have right now. And I'd like to think that we get even better as we go ahead in these sims. So, yeah, I think so we simmed ahead to the 22nd pick. I'm not loving the picks that are offered to us here. So if we could trade out, that would be awesome. And in terms of players on bigger contracts that we might want to get rid of, anyone here, like Justin Edwards is a prospect. Not really down to get rid of him just yet. Yeah, I mean, they really don't have a lot of players under contract. If we did a first and second next year, does that sweeten the pot a little bit? Not really. The problem is, like, we're just over the cap a bit here. Who was picked, like, around our pick? Chris Sinak. I mean, yeah, I think we just trade out here. See what what picks we can maybe get in return. It's like this, so 2 picks from the Hornets. I'd like to explore this a little bit more. If we could change this to 2 unprotected, yeah, I'll do that. It's 2026 in 2 seconds. All right, we'll sim ahead and skip the rest of the draft. So yeah, I think Barlow we could bring back. Watford will bring back. Bona, yes, but yeah, Jabari Walker we will not. Qualifying offers. I think yeah, we definitely extend both these guys. Terry, I mean, we have some room, I think, a little bit to maybe trade some of these guys later. But Kelly Oubre will look to trade. Or, sorry, sign. Yeah, we want Oubre around. Drummond, I'll give him another year. Because, I mean, he's one of the best rebounders of all time. So, yeah, we'll keep him. Imagine we bring back Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons is a guy I usually pick up in these sims for the hell of it. Let's just do it again. I feel like a marriage, like a remarriage with this team, just wouldn't really happen in real life, frankly, because of the bad blood or whatever went on in Philly the first go around. So we'll agree with them. Grimes will cap hold. Walker renounce. Yeah, and Beauchamp renounce. And then we wanted to bring in Melton if we could for shooting guard. Centers available. Maybe Marvin Bagley. Would he go minimum? Minimum for a year, maybe? And then point guard. A guy like Chris Dunn, or let's go Scottie Pippen. Junior, that is. Alright. So renounce. Cap hold on Grimes. Agree. We definitely won't be able to bring in all these guys, but hopefully we can bring in some. Oh wow, we were able to. Ooh, that's pretty clutch actually. Alright, so then we're waiting on Terry and Grimes. So Terry, frankly, wait, 8, 9, 10, 11, so we already have the full roster as it is. So we might need to trade some players away. Alright, so Bona, Drummond, I think, yeah, let's move the roster around a little bit. So Bagley, I'd like him to be, I mean, yeah, I usually move him to the 4, but just because we lack a backup power forward there, I think we keep him there. And Simmons, I usually move to the 3 anyway, so we'll do that. Alright, so and then we got Maxey and Pippen Jr., Edgecombe and Melton, Simmons, Oubre, Edwards, George, Barlow, Watford. Can we trade Watford? I think that makes no sense there. Yeah, we could trade him. A first from the Clippers could be good. Was it unprotected first from the Clippers? Yes. Okay. Oh, it's an Indiana pick. Yeah, I'm good with that. Okay, and now we're still waiting on. So Grimes, we'd love to bring back, and then Terry, we wouldn't be able to fit on this team. Just looking at any other great players we'd want to maybe take. Not really. So I'm gonna renounce Terry because we're set at the 2 with Grimes coming back. Yeah, that makes sense. And then yeah, Birdier, he's got one other offer. Jazz are offering him 20 mil. So yeah, we'll look to match that. Match. Okay. All right, so we got our team. We got our team, and we are heading into year 1 of the sim. If you're new here, we're basically doing a 3-year sim challenge, trying to make the Sixers champs once again, and we give ourselves a 3-year window to do it. I used to do 5 years in the past, but that just proved to take way too much time, and honestly, got a little boring after 5 years. So yeah, I think 3 is short and sweet, and I think it's more realistic too, just because NBA rosters can change just overnight sometimes. So yeah, I think that gives us a more realistic look as to how we can really reassemble and retool this roster. So Pippen Jr. will not play in the rotation. Drummond is out. Bona, Barlow, and Johnny Broom are all sitting. So Broom, interesting that 2K has him out with an injury. So he's still out 4 to 6 months with torn meniscus, even though he played against the Knicks in the game I just watched a few hours ago. So yeah, that injury timetable is not correct at all. Paul George says he will retire. We'll reassess that at the trade deadline, because if he is planning on retiring, we'd like to see if we can get like a star maybe, because he is $54 million. So yeah, let's check now real quick. If he's planning on retiring, might as well, because he does have a player option. And I don't think he's a guy who's going to fit on this team for a while. So we could do Kuzma and Turner. Could save money, about like 8 mil. And Wiggins or Grant and Holiday. I'm not loving those offers, frankly. If we add a first, does that really sweeten the pot? Not really either. All right, let's check out Nick Nurse's coaching strategy. Let's go neutral, I would say. Average, I'm good with. Some crash others get back. Maybe neutral, defensive aggression. We'll go neutral here. Some crash others get back. Because I don't think we're the defensive team I'd like us to be. Yeah, not really. All right, so we'll keep that as is for the points of emphasis. And yeah, let's go ahead and continue the sim. Grimes, of course. Torn left MCL. God, of course that happens. So, I mean, yeah, again, at the top of the video, I said I think realistically, this is a top 4 team in the East. I think, frankly, we had this roster get a little bit better, signed some supporting pieces, because, right, we signed, in terms of the rotation, Simmons is starter, Bagley, he's starting now, because I guess Embiid's out. So, yeah, we've added about 4 guys to the rotation, I would say. Wow, Embiid, Broom, and Grimes are all out with injury right now. Yeah, not a great start. Thank God we have our pick, because if we really tank this year, that would not be good. We beat the Thunder pretty by a lot, actually, so that's a great sign. Starting to get our mojo back a bit, but chemistry's still only at 50%. That has got to be at around 75% around like this time, January. Gotta be better. All right, we're stringing some wins together here. So right now we're slated for the play-in. Seventh in the East. 8.5 games back from 1. And let's check out coaching. So injuries: Embiid pinched nerve, meniscus for Broom, tendonitis for Scottie Pippen. So yeah, 1 to 2 weeks we should get most of our guys back. Yeah, and then that Broom injury. I mean, honestly, I don't think Broom is a great player in the NBA. Phenomenal player in college, but just I don't see him making that jump really in the NBA. All right, so 25 and 21. So kind of flipped the trajectory so far with our healthy guys back. Because I mean, we were under 500, so that the fact that we swapped that is great. Let's explore this trade a little bit. Not that I would trade Edgecombe, but if we could get him for Paul George, if we get Brandon Miller for Paul George, because that was his player comp at one point. So Miles Bridges, so Bridges and Miller, so that'd be 2037 mil, give or take, and then Oubre would still be too much. Oops. All right, if we added as well Aiden, and we did, maybe we do, I mean, salary wise, yeah, Grimes. Okay, so that would work. If we straight up traded that, they would take that. Sixers. Let's go Sixers picks down here. Huh, I can't trade that one. Swap best with Clippers. And we'll do that Pacers pick, Clippers pick. We'll do Sixers pick this year. In a second? No. Hornets pick. Let's just go latest, as far out as we can go, first round. Damn. Alright, so they won't go for that. It's a bummer. Alright, we'll continue the sim here then, in that case. Alright, so we hit the trade deadline. How is our guy Paul George thinking right now? Is he still thinking about retiring? No, it says we'll resign now. Player option 1 and 1. I think we just let it ride there and sign him for as cheap as possible when we get there. Because I mean, he's a player option, so yeah, I think it would be a mistake if we try to re-sign him. So also let's just explore the trade. So only one team is offering us now for him. All right, yeah. So we're just gonna stick, I think, unless there's a depth issue we need to work out. So yeah, we don't really have a backup center. Yeah, we do. Yeah, Bagley's playing great. Yeah, with Drummond and Bona. Maybe we could get a backup. What do we need? Backup point, maybe? Yeah, see what we could get there. So Rollins. If it was a backup point, we would need it for it to be like a veteran point guard. Duncan Robinson, Miller, Nurkic, De Silva, Strother, Hayes, Topic. Yeah, nothing really going crazy. All right, so we'll continue the sim past the trade deadline. 33 and 22. Right now we're fourth in the East, so that's right where I kind of had us being. Yeah, if we can expound upon that, it'd be awesome. Contract extensions. Let's explore this while we're here. Embiid. Yeah. All right, we'll continue going ahead here. So yeah, if we could get 40, let's say 45 wins, I think that should be pretty realistic. Second/third in the East right now. Awesome. What did I say? 45 wins? Yeah, 45 wins. There we go. Let's go 50 wins. Let's go for 50. Man, we're skidding here late. All right, 50 wins. Kate Cunningham, MVP. Darren Peterson, Rookie of the Year. Damian Lillard, Sixth Man of the Year. Giannis Antetokounmpo is your Defensive Player of the Year. Zachary Ricochet is Most Improved. Clutch Player goes to Curry. Bickerstaff Coach of the Year. And Pistons Exec Made-Up Player person was Exec of the Year. So, in terms of all NBA accolades, any Philly players? Not seeing any. and no rookies, obviously. So yeah, a little bit of a bummer. We do finish second, awesome in the East. So yeah, Maxey, Edgecombe, Oubre, George, Embiid, Simmons, Bagley, Melton, Edwards, and Pippen off the bench. And Grimes is the only real injury. Wow, he's got tendonitis in both knees. Awesome. That just sounds painful. Yeah, not a great injury to have. But all right, so we'll play Miami round one. So yeah, it's pretty much the same team. Yeah, it's pretty much the same Heat team that exists. I guess if they don't have Damian Mitchell still, I guess he's been surpassed in the depth chart. But all right, game one, here we go. First game in Philly. You know, I've never had a Philly cheesesteak actually. I know. I mean, granted, I don't spend a lot of time in Philly, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. Philly cheesesteak's definitely on my bucket list, and I do know that it's not real Philly cheesesteak unless there's cheese whiz on it. I know some of you might disagree. All right, game two. After losing game one, gotta win this one. All right, we'll take that one by like 20 something points, so that's awesome. All right, so against the Heat, game three, Miami's a tough atmosphere to win in, so let's get it done, boys. Awesome. All right, up 2 games to 1, and game 4 in Miami. Let's steal both of these on the road. That'd be massive, awesome, awesome dubs if we could pull that off. We're gonna be losing there. All right, so they tie the series up 2 games to none, or 2-all. Sorry. All right, so game 5 back in Philly. Hopefully, we got some momentum back. Momentum. All right, we're up 10, up 7. All right, let's take game 6, or game 5 rather. Head into game 6, up 3 games to 2. Have a chance to knock them out here. Pretty good lead. They're still not out of it yet. All right, we're up 6, top of the 4th. Yeah, it looks like we'll take it. Sweet. Heat will go back to Cancun, and we'll face off against the Hawks in round 2. All right, so Grimes still out. How's the tendonitis look? 2 to 4 weeks with one of his knees. Embiid, how's he playing for us? Oh my, look at his injuries. He's risk of injury everywhere. Jesus. Wow, what a huge drop off. 17 and 7 for him. Paul George, 14 and 3. Simmons, a little bit of a comeback year. Good to see. And Edgecombe, 17. Awesome. Maxey, 24. A little bit of a drop off across the board, frankly. A little shocked by that. Oubre, Melton. Okay. Drummond, yeah, he didn't really play much. Bruin played even less games. Okay. So round 2 against Atlanta. So they added Colin Gillespie and Robert Williams. So pretty good pickups there. And all right, let's go ahead and sim. So it looks like New York is already out, which is shocking because they're the reigning champs. Come on, hold on, hold on. There we go. We win by 5 in game 1. So Knicks, wow, Knicks didn't even make the playoffs. Wow. Reigning champs got eliminated in the play-in. That's pretty amazing. So, in theory, the door's open. The team that eliminated us last year is not in the running this year. So, all right. So, it looks like we'll win this game too. Awesome. All right. Game 3 in Atlanta. Tough arena to play in. It's a close game. We're still in it. Don't count us out just yet. Ooh, and we come back at the end and win game 3. Go up 3 games to 0. Have a chance to go to the conference finals with just one more win. See if we can make it a clean sweep of this Atlanta Hawks squad. It's still in it. Down 6, down 7, 5, 6, 4. We'll lose by 2. Very close game. All right, game 5 in Philly. Let's win it for our home fans and advance to the conference finals. Come on, guys. No, they're starting to get away from us. Here we go, coming back, and we go to the conference finals. We'll face off against Detroit in the East Conference Finals. So yeah, still looking good. Grimes still hasn't played yet, huh? Wow. I mean, he should be day to day. Yeah. I mean, day to day, would he be in the rotation? Probably not. So yeah, wow. Warriors made it. I'm curious who's on that Warriors team. I kind of skipped over the retirements. So Curry may have retired at this point. Okay, so game 1 against Detroit. Didn't check to see what their roster's looking like these days, but game 1 looks like they will take. Pretty much owned us. So Jenkins, yeah, it's pretty much the same team. I think we're a little bit undersized for this squad, so that might be a bigger problem. But I mean, we got great stars on our team, so I wouldn't discount us. And I mean, we're good enough to get the 2 seed, and we fought off of some like major injuries, so wouldn't count us out just yet. And actually, how close were we to getting the 1 seed? 11 games back. So they were kind of in a league of their own, huh? Yeah, wow. Spurs, Pistons are just kind of league of their own. And Spurs are out. So yeah, this Pistons team is like the last one of the good teams left, but we'll see if we can make this series a little bit more interesting as we find ourselves down the whole 2 games to none. Come on, we're so close, but down 3 games to 0. Not great. I mean, good part is like this will be the first conference finals Embiid's ever been in. So if you are a believer that the trusted process is still alive, we've made it further than we've ever made it before. But we do get swept. That's a bummer. Did Grimes play at all these playoffs? Yeah, he played the last game. So I'll put it on him. Only game he played for us, he lost. So a little harsh, I know. But all right, Wolves Pistons finals, and Pistons win in 7. So yeah, I mean, we lost to the eventual champ back-to-back years in these sims. So at least that says something that we kind of didn't have luck on our side. Right, so we'll go ahead with the player retirements. Harden, Curry, Durant, Drummond, Beal, Vooch, Schroeder, Lillard, some big names, but Drummond looks like will be the only retirement from our team, but we can live with that. We'll reject the rule changes. We don't want to mix things up. Okay, so Sixers via Charlotte is a potential lottery pick. Right now it's sitting at 10. So let's check that out, see if that's going to be a big mover in the lottery here. Honestly, the NBA lottery is one of my favorite times of the year. The trajectory of a franchise can change overnight, just depending on how the balls fall. So okay, Hawks. All right, 11 is the Kings for now. No way we move back. God damn. So we were slated for what, like 10? And then we moved to 11. Damn it. Not great. And then, wait, who has our pick? Do we have our own? Yeah, pick 27 is our own pick. Should have traded that, frankly. All right, so NBA draft time. So we have the 11th pick and pick 27. Let's see if we can move up or out, depending. Well, actually, realistically, probably trade away some prospects we got here. Or not. Let's see. Let's just try trading out with those later picks. So Spurs, a Rockets pick, Pistons pick's gonna be nothing. All right, let's just try to trade the second round picks then. You know what we should do? Let's just send to a user pick. All right, we got some trade offers. We'll check those out in a sec if they're worth going after. So Caleb Gaskins, I feel like he's the most. I think he should be our pick here. but he's not one of the top prospects on the board right now. So if we could maybe trade back here a bit, yeah, like pick 16, and then just hope he doesn't get taken. All right, so Gaskins is the guy we want. Hopefully he doesn't get picked. All right, 13, 14. All right, hopefully Portland doesn't take him. Cool, so we still get our man, Caleb Gaskins, and we added a first out of that. All right, and we'll sim ahead to the next pick. So maybe Brandon McCoy is a guy we could get. I mean, we are set at point guard with Maxey. Let's see, Eric Rebe, rim reaping, mid-range scorer, rebounding, mid-range post D. I don't know. It doesn't sound crazy, like super great to me. I mean, ideally in this draft class, we'd want Cam Williams, who fell to the Pelicans at 7. See if we can't trade with the Pellies. Because usually he should be the first overall pick in this draft class. Let's see if we can maybe work our magic here. Get a center of the future, potentially. Who should we trade? I mean, realistically, probably Grimes. Yeah, probably. Let's try to trade Grimes. Sweet. All right, so we got a center. Trade Grimes away. Gaskins and Williams. Awesome. So Edge, Johnny Broom will decline that. Bona will decline. Edwards. Paul George accepted his. That's not good. Then Edgecombe. All right. See if we can maybe trade George here. Qualifying offers. What's moratorium? So we got Bona on a bird year. All right. So George. Yeah, I mean 56 mil for 81 overall. Just not what we're really looking for. What else can we maybe add to this deal? We'll add Scotty Pippen maybe. Let's add Oubre. 79 overall. We'll trade 2 forwards. So Kobe White, it's a pretty good offer. Gobert and Reed. Sexton and Moody, that's probably the best offer we're gonna be able to get. Because wait, our small forward now, Edwards and Simmons. And we add Moody. Who else can we maybe get from this team? J Dub. Is he J Dub or J Will? I always forget. Maybe if we roped in, yeah, Kobe White into the mix. That wouldn't work. Wait, all trade participants must receive at least. Oh, okay. So Oubre to the Bucks. How about do that way? Would that work? Probably, right? Let's try that. No. We'll add some seconds to that. All right, let's flip that. Come on. Second. No. All right, let's just do it one at a time then. Paul George and give us picks. Paul George for Sexton. Let's just add a bunch of seconds here. Kelly Oubre, and they'll give us another first. Yeah, okay. And then the other trade was with Kobe White. Oops. Kobe White on the Bucks. Alright, and then if we just did seconds. Damn, I thought, wait, what? Why can't we afford both? I swear that was the same trade we were trying to do when we were doing other teams involved. That's weird. So I guess with Kobe or with Sexton, we wouldn't need Melton. Second, let's just get rid of the seconds here. Come on. What? Oh, this Sixers, and then we'll get rid of that. Come on. Surely, eventually. There we go. Okay. So, and then I also want to change up, I think, white. Yeah, yes. Okay, I guess that works. Center. I like Stewart. Beef stew, if we can add him. Wait, it says affordable. What? That's so stupid. Alright, let's go back. Point guards, shooting guards, McBride, Cam Spencer, a lot of possibilities there. I like Isaiah Joe more, I would say. 2 years for 4. Small forward, Mox Smart, got a shirt of his. Maybe dope to have, but I think realistically we go after Hunter, potentially. Or Marshall. I like Marshall more. Let's just do Marshall, even though I know it says he's not really team fit. He's the better player. DJJ. Was he a sixer at one point? I feel like he was. Alright, so renounce, renounce, renounce. And then we'd love to bring Bagley back if we could. Yeah, I'd love to do that. Another 1 year. And then, okay, so forget who it was, but they're going elsewhere. So we'll offer Hunter 2-year minimum. Renounce, 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 renounce. Yep, agree. Hunter will the Kings. Alright, so then that leaves us with, I guess, Marcus Smart. He's got one other offer from the Nuggets. I'm gonna try it. Alright, so it looks like he'll go to the Nuggets, but Bagley, Jones Jr., and Isaiah Joe. Smart goes to the Nuggets, but we will get those other guys. Ooh, Dort. Yeah, we can add him. And then, who else? A center. So now we can move Bagley to the 4, or Clark to the 4 if we get him. Nope. Maybe just a true center here. Like, maybe Mo Wagner. Who else might we want? I mean, Lou Dort, I really hope we could get him. We'd move him to the 3 immediately. Point guards, I guess Chris Dunn would offer. So Dort, awesome, and done. Done. Alright, so then we move Dort to the 3. Cool. And then Bagley would still be our center for now. We could move, yeah, let's move Bagley to the 4. Okay, yeah, it works, sort of. Edgecombe Joe, Sexton, Maxi White, Pippen, done. Alright, so yeah, we'll go ahead and sim. Going into year 2 now of the sim. Yeah, I mean, so far we've kind of added some prospects. Are these prospects going to materialize in time for us to make a deeper run? I don't know. You know, it's kind of the risk you take trading for some of these later draft picks, trying to also stay competitive. But I think ultimately we put ourselves in a good position. We've kind of evened out a rebuild and contention kind of roster here. We have a good, solid mix, I would say. So, I mean, Williams and Gaskins, two guys I'd love to have in the rotation. Let's try 15 deep for now. Get everyone some experience who may not get it later. Let's sim up to that next game. Let's see where we're at. Yeah, so this is just kind of a trial run here. I'd love to be a better record than we have right now because I know we're 15 deep. All right, so 15 deep. Let's see. It sucks if like an injury came up in this time. See, yeah, Dort got banged up a little bit. So Gaskins. So Williams is cracking the 10-man rotation for now. And Dort, his timeline day to day. All right, let's just sim ahead to the top of the week. All right, so hopefully Dort is back. All right, he's still not back. Let's just go until he's healthy. with the 15 deep lineup. Edwards is now out. Okay. So, I mean, with Edwards out, that means what exactly? If we go 10 deep, they're telling me. So Williams does make the cut, but yeah, still no Gaskins. And how did he play? Per 36, I mean, yeah, 20 points per game. That's great to see. All right, we'll continue the sim on out from here. 10 and 10 through 20. But yeah, now we're going to have some more of our stars play some more minutes now that we kind of did that little experiment. I think because of that experiment, we were able to see what we can get out of Williams. And so now he's in the 10-man rotation, I assume, with everything. If with everyone healthy, I think he has proven he's good enough. And for us to get him with the 7th overall pick is pretty good. Because he's the guy that usually goes number 1 in that draft class. So good on us for trading with the Pelicans. So it's 5 games under 500. Guys, this is not where we should be here. In January, we're this bad? How is that possible? Maxi broken leg. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. Okay, so Pippen. Oh wait. Wow, so Williams has moved up to the 7th man. Let's go 8 deep. Play our guys some bigger minutes as we're really struggling now with Maxi out. Continue the sim here. Trade deadline. Yeah, let's take a beat. Let's check out contract extensions, Embiid, player option. We're going to let that go, see what happens. Refuse re-sign from Edwards. So trades. If Edwards really doesn't want to be here, if we could get something back for him, it'd be huge. So Melton, Shireman, Bones, McNeely. We could get prospect 3 for Edwards, and we'll only be giving up a second. So that's potential trade we could do there. Taj Ariza, 19 years old, 24 overall. He's a guy that can really progress pretty well, so maybe we do pull the trigger on that one. Topic, ooh, Clowney. I kind of do like the unknown trade a little bit with Ariza, because Edwards said he didn't want to resign. So I don't know Edwards well enough, right? Like that. Like I don't follow the Sixers that closely. I mean, undrafted, pretty good for him to get 10 points per game as a rookie. But yeah, I mean, Ariza, I mean, I don't know. He's a guy who really jumps off. He's 5 years younger. I think we go for it. It could be a big risk, but I like taking big risks here. All right, so he's going to be a guy. He doesn't really play a lot of minutes for us. If anything, that might just help Gaskins get more time down the road anyway. Okay, so let's do. Oh, Williams is hurt now. Great, broken nose. All right, so we'll continue the sim here through the deadline. 24 and 28. I mean, Maxi is back, correct? Yeah. So let's go 10 deep now, so we don't risk another injury. But I feel like that really helped us. I mean, we're kind of back to We're back to 500 now. We're slated for the play-in still, but still not the kind of season I think we should have had. Yeah. Don't know what. I mean, frankly, all signs kind of point to Nick Nurse at this point. 6 games under. We're pretty healthy for the most part. Our roster, I would say, is better than like the real life roster. I mean, I don't think our points of emphasis are that like far off. But yeah, we're really skidding here. But let's see, mock draft. Do we have our own pick? I think. No, the Suns do. Ooh, but we have the Hornets pick. But yeah, we gotta hope that that Suns pick doesn't turn into anything. So 38-44. I didn't see if we did make the playoffs or not. I think we just did though. Wembanyama MVP, Rookie of the Year, Tyron Stokes, Kevin Porter Jr. Sixth Man, Wembanyama Defense Player of the Year, Most Improved Robert Dillingham, Paolo Banchero Clutch, Coach of the Year Mitch Johnson. Okay, so any Philly Sixers here? No. But all rookie team, Cam Williams, sweet. Alright, so we have locked up the 10 seed in the East from 2 seed a year ago. So a little bit of a strange course we've taken with this squad. Maxi's out 6 to 8 weeks, so we need our team to step up massively here if we want any real chance. So yeah, Riza and Gaskins are not playing. Williams is playing. All right, here we go. Simcast against this Magic team in Orlando. Gonna be a tough uh, potential game here. We're up down 8, and okay, first time I think in these Sims where we didn't make the playoffs at all in the second year. So yeah, not great. I think we have some good prospects that might turn into something, but at the same time, the East is getting better. You know, the East has kind of been like um, the punching bag, I think, for a long time in terms of like the bottom of the barrel East teams, and now they're getting some good prospects in the draft. But yeah, I think we just need to stay competitive, see how our prospects mature. And so Paul George, we moved on from him. He does retire. Harris, CJ, Tim Hardaway also retire. Marcus Smart, Nurkic, Norman Powell, Chris Dunn, Gary Payton. So a lot of like kind of supporting role players out of the league just like that. Wow, shocked by that. Paul George didn't have his jersey retired by the Pacers. It's a little weird. Okay, so this draft class, this draft lottery, we have the pick via Charlotte at 11, which could turn into something. But then the Suns have our pick at 12. So hopefully our pick pans out to something good, and that Suns pick, our own pick, does not. That's a Pelicans. Nets. Please don't jump. Okay, so they'll stand. Okay, so now let's jump. Last year we got screwed. Come on, please. Big jump, big jump. Damn it. Alright. So we have the 11th pick. And is that it? With the 24th pick from the Golden State. Alright. Don't really know this draft class that well. But yeah, I think we are going to move on from Nick Nurse. Just because I don't think he really... I mean, we didn't make the playoffs with them, so I feel like it'd be appropriate time to fire him either way. Doc Rivers you could bring back. I don't know about that one either. I'm a big fan of Quinn Snyder, so I will offer him. So Quinn Snyder will be our next head coach. Awesome. All right, just ahead to the draft. All right, point guard. How are we looking? White an 81 overall. Sexton an 80 overall. So yeah, 21 minutes from him. 24 from White. So I mean they're playing substantial minutes here. So Joe Dort, 25 minutes per game. Okay. Let's see. Bagley, Jones Jr. What did Jones Jr. do? 13 minutes. Cameron Williams, 17. All right. Realistically, I think Derek Jones Jr.'s got to go. And maybe even Sexton, just because we already have Isaiah Joe. So, yeah, if we move on from those two, what can we get in return? So Shane Penny would be huge. Hardy, another good kind of player. See if we can abandon Hardy. If we add someone else other than Hardy, like Kada, because our center spot, yeah, we could use another center there. Another kind of vet. What is he? 29? Yeah, kind of makes sense age-wise. And Jones Jr., Sexton, Cada. I'd kind of like a pick out of this, frankly. Let's see. 24. 15. Take that 24. We'll add 24. And we'll give you a second. Some seconds. Okay, if they're going to be stingy about this. Okay, good. Alright, so we pulled the trigger there. So we're good at point. Or Pippin we might look to move on from. I could see us taking a point here in this draft. A 3, we got Ariza as a prospect. The 4 spot, we got Gaskins. So yeah, realistically, a point guard is probably the move here. Top point guard in this draft is a Caden Lewis, a Villanova guy. Could take the home team, hometown hero. Yeah, let's just see how this draft goes. Or actually, what can we get at pick 11 if we want to stay? There are a lot of offers here. Alright, let's just sim ahead. Okay, so we're getting some more offers. Are they going to be better or worse? Is the question. Dyson Daniels. It's an interesting trade. We could use a 3. So I wouldn't be like totally adverse to that. Let's just check out best available here. So Nazir Anderson, 3-point shooting, mid-range perimeter D, B minus. Yeah, I think we just take, and he's a Villanova guy, right? Yeah, he's looking pretty good. Not gonna lie. Let's see if we can maybe trade back a pick. Like if we go 11 to 13 or something, was a trade like that available? 28, no. Yeah, nothing about trading back. Alright, so let's just take Nazir. Yeah, Nova dude, bring him in. 75 at 18, that's not bad. That's not bad. So Edgecombe accept, Embiid accepted at 67. Wow. So, I mean, stupid for the Sixers to offer that at that time, but, like, God, man, you're really not doing us any favors here. Like, if he really believed and trust the process, he never would have taken that. Small forward, Jalen Tyson, McNeely, Randall. I mean, for the sake of it, if we trade Embiid, what could we get? Because 67 at 84 is absurd. You're our third best player, and you want 67 million. I mean, he is the trust the process guy, so I feel like I have to keep him on this team. So yeah, we just won't trade him, I guess, which sucks because yeah, that really hampers us big time. Okay, so Bird Year. I don't think we have anyone. So shooting guard, Malik Thomas, 11 mil. Grayson Allen. Yeah, I guess Allen. Because we can move into the 2 if we don't like the 3s available. Eason, McNeely. Let's go after Eason. I like that. And still need a power forward. I mean, like Randall. Bobby P. I think Randall. Like a 2-year, 1050. Alright, so renounce. Oh, Simmons. Yeah, let's try to bring back Simmons and Bagley. If we can't, bring those other guys in. So Bagley, is he out of our range here? He might just sign with another team. That's why he's not showing up. Yeah, I think that's why he's not showing up. And then Simmons. Oh, he doesn't want to come back. So, okay, that makes sense. Alright, so renounce, then And then, yeah, Bagley's not showing up at all. I mean, no current offers, huh? So I'm not sure why he's not showing up for us. Oh, did we might have moved him to the 4. Yeah, that's why. So, yeah, we'll try to offer. All right, so then if we bring Bagley in, right? So Allen at the 2, East at the 3, Randall at the 4, and then we'd still be over one more player. So, it means we need to trade a guy. Anderson, Edgecombe, Joe, Dort, Ariza, Champagne and Gaskins. Okay, so maybe we trade. We'll have to trade somebody. Um, hmm. Wait, Allen at the 2, East at the 3. If we can't afford Randall, I guess Bagley would be the consolation. So we'll decline for now. Okay, so yeah, we got a roster here. So unfortunately, Bagley's not going to be in the cards. Although he balled out for us, so thank you for your time with us. But respectfully, we had to go a different direction. But yeah, new head coach. This is last year of the sim now. We got Quinn Snyder. Yeah, Nick Nurse was not panning out. I think it's fair to say that he held us back a bit because, I mean, frankly, we weren't really that injured. Yes, we did a little bit of an experiment through the first 20 games of the season last year, but still we got the 10th seed, which frankly never should have happened. So, that being said, so Dort's regressed a bit. We got a lot of prospects here not getting minutes. Williams is now our 10th man. He was like up higher before. Oh, but okay, so we got Randall at the 4. So let's look at Snyder's points of emphasis here. Go to neutral, patient, average, neutral, and let's go some crash, others run. Edgecombe, Easton, Randall, Embiid, White, Cada, Joe, Champagny, Williams. We'll do the experiment again, just to get our prospects some minutes. We'll do that for a month, let's say. So to that Bucks play-in tournament game. All right, 53% chem, new head coach, added some more prospects, added some more depth. Let's see how far Maxey, Edgecombe, and Embiid take this team in our 3rd year of the sim. All right, so Anderson's getting some time. Gaskins is cold, but he's a 78 overall. So I am feeling good about that. See, our 3 prospects are at the bottom of the barrel guys. So if we go 12 deep, they'd be out, which should be the case. Yes. Okay. So we'll go back to 10 deep. And in theory, Williams should be in the rotation there. Yeah, 7th man. And, okay, Joe. Allen is not in it, and neither is Dort. All right, we'll continue the sim. But yeah, 6 and 8 through, 14. I mean, last year, we went from the, 7th seed in real life to the 2 seed in this year 1 of the sim to the 10th seed. And yeah, out of the playoffs, we lost in the play-in. So, I mean, it's been a roller coaster for sure so far with the Sixers sim. But I do believe Embiid still has, some good years left in the tank. I think Edgecombe is on the rise. I think Maxey's on the rise. I think these are 2, pillar players that, would probably start on 30 out of 30 NBA teams. But yeah, just I don't know. Is the city of Philly, city of um, brotherly love cursed? I don't know. It seems like it's been a while since there's been a championship. So I mean, yeah, thinking back, what is the last Philadelphia City championship? Because the Flyers haven't won it in a while. I don't think they've won since like I don't know, maybe the '90s, if that's accurate. Maybe even the '80s. Uh, Or Eagles. Okay, Eagles. They've won it. Yeah, that was the one thing I was forgetting. And then yeah, the Phillies. I think they won in the early 2000s. But yeah, so the Eagles has kind of been the saving grace for the city. But all right, 24 and 27 right now. So Maxi definitely look to resign. The cheaper the better if you can provide us some flexibility. Like 42.50, cool. Kobe White, he's looking for a little bit of the same amount. Embiid from 67 to the minimum. Bro, thank you, bro. Like, that's more reasonable. It's insane of you to accept that if you know your worth is a minimum. Insane. So yeah, if we did one more year of the sim, a 4-year sim, imagine what we can do with 67 million on the table. Like, it's insane amount. I don't know who extended Embiid for that many years, not understanding his injuries and stuff, but that is ludicrous. All right, 31 and 30, 32 and 33, still not above 500. So, I mean, let's just go back to the drawing board here. Let's go pick and roll, which is usually what the Sixers coaches do with Maxey and Embiid. And then let's go run and transition. And what else? Limit perimeter shots is what Snyder wanted us to do. So let's do that for this last month or so. Hopefully that is enough to avoid the plan entirely. But yeah, let's just see how that works out. So we're above 500 just barely. So right now we're ninth spot, and we got 2 games left. Yeah. So if we clinch the plan, yeah. So we're in the plan no matter what. Can we get home court at least? That'd be great. Kid Cunningham MVP, CJ Roster Rookie of the Year, 6-man Mikael Brown Jr., Wemby Defense Player of the Year, Most Improved Elijah Arenas, Giannis with the Lakers now, Clutch Player of the Year, Coach of the Year JB Bickerstaff, and any Phillies All NBA teams? No. Pretty amazing that once again no Philly love there. So Maxey, Edgecombe, Eason, Randall, Williams. So Embiid is off the bench now. Still getting paid 67 mil. Insanity. So okay, so Joe is out. Dort is now starting above him. Or not starting, but he's getting the rotation minutes. And all right, so last year we were the 10th seed playing Orlando. Now we're the 9th seed playing Orlando. Hopefully this home court will come in clutch. Actually, let's check out what their roster looks like. It's the same. Literally the same. I'm surprised Anthony Black at this point hasn't surpassed Suggs to be the starting point guard. But all right, so game 1, a must-win game if we want to keep our season alive. It's a tight one, down to the wire, down 5 here late. Could be the season we're down 4. We'll jump in because this is the last year of the sim. But whatever happens, it's over if we can't get past this squad.
Philadelphia, Kobe White, taking 2 shots.
Good on the first, and that narrows the lead down to just 3.
The athleticism and blinding speed White possesses is impressive. This guy plays.
All right, 2-point game. Here we go.
Williams is checked in for the 76ers. Ando comes in for Joel Embiid. Orlando also making some changes. Paolo Banchero's checked in for Richardson. And it's Bain in for Black. On the court for Orlando.
Terrible defense.
The guard pair form will be Suggs and Bain.
And we have to protect the perimeter
alongside Banchero. And it's Carter in at the 5. Now here's White. Layup, no good.
Oh my God.
It's a missed opportunity, and that is one he would love to have back.
Trap.
Double up Wagner. Oh, what an assist.
Why are we doubling there?
Him to the bucket.
Give them credit. They've worked hard all game, now looking to finish it.
I think the key here is to be careful about playing it too safely. Just keep doing what you're doing.
Wow. Yeah, absolute meltdown. We're going to sim ahead because this just is embarrassing to watch. And yeah, Sixers eliminated. So not the worst sim job I've done. I don't know how much you could really put on me. Granted, I think for the sake of the sim, you had to keep Embiid along for the ride, is what I meant to say. Hawks won it in 6, so didn't see the Hawks really emerging as that team to win a championship in 3 years. But this is kind of how the season has gone for Philly. They're in a tough division, don't get me wrong. But at the same time, divisions don't matter as much in NBA as they do in other leagues. But I mean, future is bright, I would say here. Edgecombe and Maxey, 91, 92 overall, is no longer the trust the process Sixers era. I think, frankly, that era went away like 2, 3 years ago. Um, as long like because I mean, Embiid was like the beginning of that. So like, there aren't any other players from that era that are still on this team. You had Jaleel Okafor, you had Embiid, you had Michael Carter Williams, Rookie of the Year, you had Markelle Fultz, and then Ben Simmons. So you had, was it like two first overall picks, and then all in, uh, like four total top five overall picks, and then you had Michael Carter Williams, who was like pick 14, 15, and he won Rookie of the Year. So just like, how much help did you guys really need? It's just amazing that the Sixers team is yet to kind of go over the hump. And then also, you guys put all that money into Tobias Harris when you could have put it into Jimmy Butler, and he walked. Just boggles the mind some of the decision making the Sixers have made. I like to think if we did a 5-year sim, these prospects would turn into something, but who knows? With the Sixers draft history, you just never know. Gaskins 78, Ariza 77, Nazier 75. Looks like we hit on Williams because he's an 80 overall already. But yeah, 21 years old, 15 and 7 this year, by the way, so pretty solid. But yeah, just it's a hard however you look at it. This Philly squad, I think, needs desperate shakedown in the front office. Like, the Paul George signing has looked awful. The amount of money you're giving to some of your top guys. I mean, look at Maxey. He deserves it, but like the extension to Embiid, I mean, he's making 67 mil a year at age 35. I mean, that just doesn't make sense. You gave so much money because you won MVP, but yeah, I think you could have gone away um, there because everyone knows his injury history. Like, how many games has he even played? Yeah, look at that. Has he ever played a season with over 70 games played? No. I mean, in the sim, but that doesn't count. Yeah, so I mean, Simmons, or sorry, for Embiid, writing's on the wall there with his injury history. But I think Edgecombe and Maxey can really turn a corner in the Sixers franchise. Um, and it's a big city team, so that bodes well for you guys already. But yeah, I just couldn't get it done in this sim. No matter how hard we tried, it felt like. But yeah, it's gonna be it for me. And then there were seven NBA teams left, seven NBA sims to go. Check out for the next one. It's looking like, as of now, it will be the Lakers in the next episode because they're down 3 games to 0 against OKC, and that one should be a fun one. We'll see what I end up doing with LeBron's retirement, looking to be imminent. But yeah, stay tuned, turn that notification bell on, and I'll see you guys in the next step. Peace.